Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to create this beautiful looking Nike landing page. So guys, we basically have this logo over here, this navigation bar, and we have some text over here about the new shoes, and we have this logo that when we hover it zooms a little bit, it gets bigger, and we have this background that we will be creating by ourselves in HTML CSS, and we have this link over here that when we hover over here, this kind of arrow goes a little bit on the right side, and of course we have those media icons. And the last thing is that this page is responsive, so if we go over here you can see that it's looking perfect. Yep, just like that. Yep. So this also works over here. This is done with JavaScript, just a little bit, don't worry guys. So JavaScript over here, and we will be building this with HTML, CSS, and just a little bit JavaScript. So guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so I have created the basic files over here, and I have the images that I am going to use. So first off, let's create an exclamation mark and press tab so we can open our HTML structure. And I'm just gonna name this Nike shoes, just like that. And now I'm gonna link something over here, so link our start sheet, and link our HTML with our CSS. And one last thing that we want to do is go here to font awesome CDN, because we're gonna need that for that arrow that we did before. So go over here and just copy the first one, the first link, just copy it, and then go at your head and do another link, style sheet, and just paste it inside of there, just like that. Now we can start off working at the body. So first of all, we're going to create a class called nav links, just like that. Inside of here, let's create a nav tag, and inside let's create a nav logo class, and inside here let's place an image. Yep. And we have this in a folder, I think. Yes. So images slash logo png, and of course we're not gonna see it because it's a white logo. And then let's go down here and do a UL with a class of links, and over here let's just type lia this home. So home, and we have about shop latest and contact. And now what we're gonna do is, after this nav logo div, we want to create a class, so an I of class over here. So put a class, and this is gonna be the FA bars. So you know this is just this thing over here when we click. And inside of here we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna use a different name, not bars but times. Yep, as you can see over here. Now what I want to do, let's go and quickly edit this. So we have here the whole HTML. So let's remove all the margins and the paddings, and add a box sizing of border box. And now they don't have any margin left. Over here we have the image. So now we can go on and start editing our we can start styling our navigation. But first let's add a background to our body. So let me just copy from over here. I have it over here, just like that. And now let's see how this looks. Yep, it's looking bad, but what we can do is we can do background size cover, and background repeat, no repeat. And now if we open our page, you can see that it's only over here. And let's add one more thing. That one too much, but background position, center. Just like that. And we might want to remove, or we can just keep it over there, it's okay. So now what I want to create is go to our HTML body, and then we can create a class where we will keep our text and image. So I'm just gonna name this about row item, and inside of here I'm gonna create another class where we will keep our text. So let's just name it row text, and let's just copy this. So we have Nike Air Zoom temp next percentage, and let's create a paragraph, and I'm just gonna copy it from here because I'm lazy, too lazy. So guys, I just copied this from the page where the Nike page, and let's just create this BR so we can have our line breaks. And as you can see, we have our text over here and our text down here. So yeah, and now what I want to do is create another class. Oh, first let's create a link, an h4 first, and a link inside of here. So we can do view sizes, and I'm gonna add this i.fs fade angle right. So split these, and you can see that we have this. So now let's edit, because let's style this. I will say edit. So first of all, let's style our navigation. So what I'm gonna do is go over here, nav links, nav display flex. They will be displayed in a row. Justify content space around, or space between, sorry, space between, and align items center. And I'm gonna give this a height of 80 pixels. And now let's go to our UL, which is the links class. So links, we want to display these as a flex again. So they're in one row, and I want to remove this no repeat thingy. I won't hate it when we make it responsive. So now we have this in place. We can go on and edit links, align. So we can remove our bullet points by giving this a list out of none. And let's give this a padding of 25 pixels, so they have some space between them over here, just like that. And now we want to go to links align A, give this a color of white, and we want to remove the underline, so text decoration none. And we want to add a transition to this, so 0.3 seconds. So when we hover these links align A hover, we want the opacity to go to 0.5 in 0.3 seconds. I think that's a little bit too much opacity, too little. Yep. Now that's better. And now let's go to google.fonts.google.com so we can get our beautiful font poppins. That is one of the best ones. I mean, I prefer it like that. So we're gonna get 301 and the 701. So it's over here. And you can either place it on your CSS by either import thingy or with a link. But I'm gonna use a link, so we can go to our head over here, after this, and we can paste this. And now let's just copy the source code, just like that, and I'm gonna add it to here because we're gonna use it at the whole page, just like this. Perfect. Now what I want to do is that I want to edit the text, this text over here. So what I can do is go over here, and first of all I want to remove the F8 bar, the bars, and the F8 times, because I don't want them to be displayed right now. So I want them to display and none. But if this doesn't work, just do important over here. So important, and add a color of white. So we have it for later. And now you don't see them anymore. Now what I'm gonna do is go on with editing our about row item, about text. So about row item. I want to give this a height of 87 VH, something like that. Yep. And we want to display these as a flex because we also have an image over there. So display flex, justify content space around, want here some space around them, space around sir please, and align item center, and add a color of white. So now you can see that these are right in the center. Now let's go on and edit our heading. So row text h1. Remember we had the class over here of the text, row text. And now what I want to do to this, I want to give this a margin. So we want to give this 0 from the top, 0 from the right, 15 pixels from the bottom, and 0 pixels from the left. So it's a little bit, it has a little bit of space from the bottom. And I want to make this text with uppercase, so we can do text transform uppercase. Very nice. Now what I want to do is edit the link, so we can do that by typing row text h4a, because we had it inside a heading of the fourth heading tag. Alright, and now we can do text decoration none, and a color of white. Nice. And I would also love to give this a little bit of a margin from the top side, but we're gonna give it, we need to do the h4, not the a. So first let's just do something. So let's go dotting row text h4a, hover, and we want to take our I over here because we have it inside that class, and we want this to give this a margin from the left side of 10 pixels maybe. Let's see. Yes. And now let's add a transition of 0.3 seconds. As you can see, it goes over there. Perfect. Yes. And now we want to make some changes to the h4 of that. So we want to give this a margin from the top 15 pixels and 0, 0 on the others. Now it's looking better. Now what I want to do, I want to create another class. So after this h4 thing over here, we want to create a class called row image. I mean, you can name this whatever you want. I just like naming this like this. So first of all, I'm gonna add a class called round circle, and I'm just gonna leave it empty. I'm just gonna show you why right now. And let's also add our image. So image, images, shoe.png. The other image I'm not gonna use it. I downloaded it by accident. I was just checking how they would look. And this is the photo that I'm gonna use. So first of all, let's edit our image. So let's style our image. So row, image. We want to give this a height of 200 pixels because it's too big. Now it's better. And I want to transform and rotate it. So transform, rotate. I'm gonna rotate it on -40 degrees. So it's gonna be rotated over here. I know it looks kinda bland right now, we could say, but we're gonna fix it right now. And just also add a transition, all 0.3 seconds, and then add a hover effect on this. So row, image hover, and add a height. So we want this to have 210 pixels. Grow a little bit, just like this. And I really like how it moves. It makes this move. I don't know why. I just really love it. Now we want to edit our circle. So row, round circle. So what we want to do is give this a background first of all. So I'm gonna give this a background from over here. It's gonna be this one. Now it all depends, guys. All right, because like I am doing it in the perspective of how my colors are. Because the place where I'm placing this, it's gonna be like over here, which is kind of like purple, and this is gonna have this color, right? Now we want to give this a height of 500 pixels and a width of 500 pixels, so it's like round. And as you can see, it's over. I mean, it's not round, but we're gonna make it round right now. It's over here, and over here, let's just change this to 0.3. So it's like transparent. Now what I want to do is add this a border radius to this. So border radius 50%. That one's gonna be round, just like that. And add a position absolute. So position absolute, and we want this to be pushed from the right side for in 5%. Sorry, 3%. And from the top, 20%. And I want the Z index to be -1 because I want this to stay behind the image. So let's see how it looks now. Now that's looking very good, I think. Just like that, it grows. Yeah. And now we're kind of close to the ending, but of making this website because, yeah. Oh, I think we forgot to do something. We need to edit this too. Oops, sorry guys. I didn't mean to show that. And we forgot to do something here. Copy this and add an A over here, just like this. Now let's just go up over here, somewhere over here, and do nav logo image. I'm gonna add a height of 35 pixels to this and a margin of 80 pixels. And lastly, a transitional roll 0.3 seconds. Now let's create a hovering effect. So nav logo image hover, opacity 0.8, and yep, it's looking more like it should. Now what we want to do is create another class. So we want to create our media icons. So what I'm gonna do over here, after this div, go here and type media icons. I mean, you can name this whatever you want. Yes, and now we have over here a link and I dot class of FAB, FA Instagram, and let's create a space over here. And over here, let's type Twitter and Snapchat Ghost. And you can see they are over here, right? And now what we're going to do is go over here, of course, and style them. So, media icons, we want to give this a margin from the top of 70 pixels because we're gonna fix some of these. Now media icons, the eyes, add the width to them of 90 pixels, and now comes the thing that we're gonna change the color of them and other things. So media icons, a text decoration, even though it doesn't show anything, I think. And add a color of white, add a font size of 20 pixels, and a transition of all 0.3 seconds. And let's see how they look. They're over here. Nice, I guess. And let's add a hovering effect to these. So media icons, a hover. So opacity 0.5. As you can see, they're looking like this. But we need to fix something because they're not doing the thing that I want them to do. So margin 70 pixels over here. And what did we do over here? What did we do? So margin 70 pixels from the top. From the right, I'm not gonna put anything. From the bottom, let's do 100 pixels. And from the left, like 50 pixels, I think. Just go over here, 300 pixels. And they're not moving. How beautiful that is. There surely is a problem. Maybe we did something wrong. Wait, let's check our index.html. Media icons, this. Oh, wait, no, what's the problem? We shouldn't place it here. In fact, we should place it over here because it stays inside with this part of the text. So let's remove those other things, those other trash things. And it's looking perfect. Now we're kind of done with this is how the page should look. Now let's go on styling when it's on like a smaller screen. You know, it's looking bad. Oh my god, it's hurting my eyes. So the way that we can do that is by typing media curves. We need media curves for this. So we type media screen and max width. I'm gonna leave it 666 pixels. Oh my god, I'm so hunted. And first of all, I'm gonna do here background, and for the body, I want to do background repeat, no repeat, because it goes on and on, like repeating stuff. It's so bad. Now as you can see, it doesn't repeat itself. And we want to give this a bigger height of 170 VH. Now it goes to somewhere around here. Now let's first do our links, so our navigation bar. So we want to select the UL, so links, flex direction, column. Now they're on a column thing. Yep. And now let's do a background of white. I mean, you can choose whichever you want. I'm just gonna choose this type of background because I like it. And we want to give this a height of 100 VH, so it's the screen size. And now we add a position of absolute. So basically they're positioned absolute over here. Yeah, it's looking kind of bad. Don't worry about that, guys, because we're gonna fix it right now. So what I want to do here, I want to do, for example, here minus 400 pixels. It's gonna be all the way to the other side over here, somewhere around over here. But I'm not gonna do that right now. Because first of all, let's change our links align A color black. As you can see, they're over here, but we can't quite see them. So the way that we can do this is we can edit that. Of course, we have to edit that. You know, it's looking bad, but now what we want to do is go at our UL again, which is the class of links, and I'm gonna add a width to this of 50 V width, VW, so whatever you want to call it. It really doesn't matter. And we want to do this a set index of 2 because we have the shoe, because sometimes it goes through behind the shoe sometimes. And add a transition over here of 0.3 seconds. I'm going to tell you later while we're doing this. And after the position, I'm just going to add a right of minus 450 pixels. And let me show you first what we need to do. So top 0. Now it should fix it. As you can see over here, all of them are shown. So what we want to do is we want to also show these things. So FA times display block, and type here important because we need to do that. Add a margin of 30 pixels and font size of 20 pixels, a color of black, and a cursor of pointer. Now look what we have. We have this beautiful button. Now what we want to do is do the same thing for the hamburger menu, but we need to do here color white, and I think we can remove this, and over here we can do font size. Yep, I think that's good. But here you want to do bars, FA bars, and you can see it's over there. But I think that's all we have to do for this. Yes, except we can do a padding of 60 pixels and remove this margin because we don't need it over here. And as you can see, it's just I don't think it changed anything. Never mind. So we need to do one more thing over here because we left it without doing this. So left, not left but right, minus 450 pixels. Now it's pushed all the way over here. The reason why I did that, we're gonna do it with JavaScript right now. So let's link our JavaScript. So script crc app.js. And what I want to do is, first of all, I want to give the links over here, the nav, the class of links, I want to give it an ID of links. So go to app.js and create a variable of show nav. And we want to do here document dot get element by ID, and we have here links. Now we want to do something here. So at the bars we want to do an on-click function. So show menu, and at the times we want to create a function on click close menu, just like that. Yes. And now let's go to our app.js. So function show menu. So we want to select our variable show nav, and so show nav dot style. So we want to style it from the right. It's gonna be 0. So 0, because it's like when we show it, when it's shown, it's gonna be at the 0 pixels, the 0 pixel. All right, and do the same thing. So close menu, show nav style dot right minus 450 pixels, and don't forget this pixel because sometimes it's just too bad. And now when we click on that closing button, they will go to minus 450 pixels, which we assigned over here. So let's see. As you can see, it's working perfectly. British accent on point. So we're kind of done with this. What I want to do now is I want to edit the text over there. So we can do that by going over here and about row item, flex direction, column, and a margin from the top side because it's very close to the navigation. Alright, and text align center. Wait, I'm just fixing it a little bit. Yep, just like this. Now it's in the center. And I want to change it a little bit. So row text dot row text, font size 15 pixels. Add 15 pixels over here. It's kind of small again, do nothing. Yeah. Go to row text H1 first and add a font size of 25 pixels. And now it's one line, not 2 lines. And do the same thing for row text P. We want to add a font size now of 18 pixels. Yes, and we don't want it like that, so I'm just gonna align it to the left and add a margin left of 10 pixels. Now it's somewhat better. And I will also want to style our link. So dot row text H4. So text align left, same thing over here. And the margin left 10 pixels. Perfect. Yes, that's very good looking. This also working. Nice. And now we want to go on and edit the round circle. So round circle. We want to give this a height of 300 pixels and a width of course 300 pixels, and top I want to do 85%, so it's around here, right? And just the image, I am going to edit it a little bit, so row image, margin top 100 pixels. It's all pushed down over here. So I think that is really it, guys. I don't think there's something else that I need to do. Let's see something, because it's like showing this over here. Yeah, never mind. So basically this is what it looks like. I really hope you like how this website looks, because I mean, I think it looks good, the colors and the other things. So that's really it for today, guys. I really hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. If you didn't, like, you know, just leave a dislike. It's okay. If you have something that you didn't understand, please type it in the comments. I will try to explain it if I can. And without further ado, guys, I'm just gonna head off right now. So bye, have a nice day, weekend, or night. Bye, guys.